lift him up and carry him along. Fire Marengo, fire away, send him down to where he belongs. Fire Marengo, fire away, ease him down and let him lay. Fire Marengo, fire away, just one more turn and then we're away. Fire Marengo, fire away, when I get back to Liverpool town. Fire Marengo, fire away, I'll pass the line to little Sally Brown. Fire Marengo, fire away, when I get back from across the sea. Fire Marengo, fire away, oh, pretty Sally, will you marry me? Fire Marengo, fire away, I'll hold her high, I'll hold her low. Fire Marengo, fire away, I'll bust her blocks and away we shall go. Fire Marengo, fire away, well Sally, she's a pretty little craft. Fire Marengo, fire away, sharp to the fore with a rounded aft. Fire Marengo, fire away, so screw the cotton, screw it down. Fire Marengo, fire away, let's get the hell from Mobile Town. Fire Marengo, fire away, so heave him high into the sky. Fire Marengo, fire away, lower him down and there he will lie. Fire Marengo, fire away, so lift him up and carry him along. Fire Marengo, fire away, send him down to where he belongs. Fire Marengo, fire away.
When I was just a lad of 12, I joined a skipper's crew to sail about the ocean wide in search of treasures new. But failed to batten down a hatch, I let in scores of water, and that's when Bosun introduced me to the captain's daughter. Hey! The captain's daughter, she's a sight. She'll keep you up in the dead of night. She'll make you weep till your eyes turn sore like many other men before. The captain was an older man, not known for giving tack. He'd bring his daughter out for any ordinary jack. She'll make your skin shift colours faster than a signal flag. So don't be caught adrift and let the cat out of the bag. Oh! The captain's daughter, she's a sight. She'll keep you up in the dead of night. She'll make you weak till your eyes turn sore like many other men before. While out across the pond one day we heard the crow's nest call, and down the mast came crashing, being struck by cannonball. The captain stood there laughing, bid us stand to our last breath, but we'd rather face his daughter than a terrifying death. Oh! The captain's daughter, she's a sight. She'll keep you up in the dead of night. She'll make you weak till your eyes turn sore like many other men before. So onwards to demise she floats while we all beat to quarters.
Abandon ship!
The first mate cried and jumped into the water. Belay that, cried the captain,
I did not give those orders.
fish out that dog from in the drink and fetch him to my daughter. Ho! The captain's daughter, she's a sight. She'll keep you up in the dead of night. She'll make you weep till your eyes turn sore like many other men before. Though years ago I'm still reminded of those awful days, my wife reminds me of the lash in oh so many ways. But between the two of them I know which brings more pain. I'd rather bring my back to bear than see my wife again. Oh! The captain's daughter, she's a sight. She'll keep you up in the dead of night. She'll make you weak till your eyes turn sore like many other men before. The captain's daughter, she's a sight. She'll keep you up in the dead of night. She'll make you weak till your eyes turn sore like many other men before.
I love a woman and she loves me.
Heave away,
She belongs to the rolling sea.
heave and haul away,
Though she's made me many a pound,
heave away,
I had no choice but to cut her down.
heave and haul away. Cast her away, brave boys, we'll find another when we've been paid. But there'll never be another craft like the crafty old milkmaid.
She was crammed with liquid gold.
Heave away,
Never was a finer cargo stowed.
heave and haul away,
Kegs and bottles all locked up tight,
heave away,
and another one to get us through the night.
heave and haul away. Cast her away, brave boys, we'll find another when we've been paid. But there'll never be another craft like the crafty old milkmaid.
We filled our pockets and we never got caught.
Heave away,
And emptied them again at the nearest port.
heave and haul away,
Find us a buyer and we'll find a way through.
heave away,
Leave it to the maid and a fearless crew.
heave and haul away. Cast her away, brave boys, we'll find another when we've been paid. But there'll never be another craft like the crafty old milkmaid.
Through the glass or the customs come.
Heave away,
We'll never let the king's men steal our rum.
heave and haul away,
Scuttle the hull, kiss the maid goodbye.
heave away,
I never thought I'd see the boatswain cry.
heave and haul away. Cast her away, brave boys, we'll find another when we've been paid. But there'll never be another craft like the crafty old milkmaid.
Now we're hiding in the tavern among the kegs.
Heave away,
Drinking all day, trying to wet our legs.
heave and haul away,
Though our next ship may be strong and true.
heave away. We'll always be the milkmaid's crew. Heave and haul away, cast her away, brave boys, we'll find another when we've been paid. But there'll never be another craft like the crafty old milkmaid. Hoy!
Look ahead, look astern, look the weather in the lee. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. I see a ship to windward and a lofty ship at sea, sailing down along the coast of High Barbary. Well, are you a pirate or a man of war, cried he? Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. No, I'm not a pirate, but a man of war, cried he, sailing down along the coast of High Barbary. For broadside, we fought along the main. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. Until at last our frigate blew that pirate smashed away, sailing down along the coast of High Barbary. For quarters, the saucy pirates cried. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. The quarters that we gave them was to sink them in the tide, sailing down along the coast of High Barbary. Look ahead, look astern, look the weather in the lee. With cutlass and cannon, we fought for hours three. The ship it was their coffin and their grave it was the sea. Ha! Sailing down along the coast of High Barbary. Blow high, blow low, and so sail we. Sailing down along the coast of High Barbary.
Oh, you hear a lot of stories about the sailors and their sport, about how every sailor has a girl in every port. But if you added two and two, you figure out right quick, it's just because the girls all have a lad on every ship. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Lucky Annie was a lady who'd been pleased by many men. They all would sail away, but then they'd come right back again. But if they never sailed her way, she really didn't care.
'Cause I know that you don't need a man to twiddle under there.
And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the man has sailed away. Saber had her lovers waking in at every door. You could even say that she was really quite a whore. But when she needs some pleasing, she knows just where to go.
I grab my good friend Madame Rouge and we go down below.
And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the man has sailed away. There was a time when Rouge found the sailor men a bore. Each new one was more tiresome than the one she had before. Now she finds more joy in breeches than she ever did of old.
I'm more fond of their bulges when they're their pouches full of gold.
And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Why the boys would look at her, it puzzled poor Flintlock. She would sit and smile and nod and let them brag and talk. But if they tried to touch her, well, she put them on the run.
'Cause why would I need a lover when I've got myself a gun?
And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. So next time you're with a lady and she takes you to her bed, be sure to please her well and remember what we've said. For if you do not treat her right, then know that this is true. Us ladies all can have our fun without involving you. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. It's oftentimes a man will leave you broken with dismay. And it's twiddly-idee-idee-eye, twiddly-idee-hey. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away.
Well, my father often told me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life is very hard, the food is always bad. But now I've joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war. And now I found a sailor ain't a sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on the shore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Well, the Killick of our mess, he says we had it soft. It wasn't like that in his day when we were up aloft. We like our bunks and sleeping bags, but what's a hammock for? Swinging from the deck, cat or lying on the floor. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on the shore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. They gave us an engine that first went up and down. Then with more technology, the engine went around. We know our steam and diesels, but what's a main-yard for? A stoker ain't a stoker with a shovel anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on the shore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. They gave us an Aldous map so we could do it right. They gave us a radio, we signal day and night. We know our codes and ciphers, but what's a slimer for? A button tosser doesn't toss a button anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on the shore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Your bleeding lot. And now we've got an extra one because they stopped the tot. So we'll put on our civvy clothes, find a pub ashore. A sailor's just a sailor, just like he was before. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on the shore. A sailor ain't a sailor, ain't a sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might
a damn tough life, full of toil and strife, we whalermen undergo. And we won't give a damn when the gales are done, how hard the winds did blow. For we're homeward bound from the Arctic rounds, with a good ship taut and free. And we won't give a damn when we drink our rum with the girls of old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic rounds, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gales through the ice and wind and rain. Them coconut fronds, them tropical shores, we soon shall see again. For 6 hellish months we've passed away on the cold Kamchatka Sea. But now we're bound from the Arctic rounds, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic rounds, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with the northerly gales towards our island home. Our whaling done, our mainmast sprung, and we ain't got far to roam. Our stunsail bones is carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale is after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic rounds, rolling down to old Maui. How soft the breeze through the island trees, now the ice is far astern. Them native maids, them tropical glades is awaiting our return. Even now their big brown eyes look out, hoping some fine day to see our baggy sails running for the gales, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic rounds, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic rounds, rolling down to old Maui.
Hold my hand, ooh baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand, ooh baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. If you get sleep or if you get night,
the cock's gonna call in the morning, baby.
and check the cupboard for your daddy's guide.
Red sun rises like an early warning.
The Lord's gonna come for your firstborn son.
His hair's on fire and his heart is burning.
So go to the river where the water runs.
Wash him deep where the tides are turning.
And if you fall, and if you fall, hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down to the bottom of the river. Hold my hand. Ooh, baby, it's a long way down, a long way down. The wolves will chase you by the pale moonlight.
Drunk and driven by a devil's hunger.
Drive your son like a railroad spike
Into the water, let it pull him under.
But though you lift him, let him drown alive.
The good Lord speaks like a rolling thunder.
Let that fever make the water run.
Let the river run dry.
south where the cocks do crow.
Hey! Way down in Florida,
them girls all dance to the old banjo.
and we'll roll the woodpile down. Rolling, 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 rolling the whole world round. That fine girl of mine's on the Georgia line, and we'll roll the woodpile down.
Oh, what can you do in Tampa Bay?
Hey! Way down in Florida,
But give them pretty girls all your pay.
and we'll roll the woodpile down. Rolling, 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 rolling the whole world round. That fine girl of mine's on the Georgia line, and we'll roll the woodpile down.
We'll roll 'em high and we'll roll 'em low.
Hey! Way down in Florida,
We'll roll her up and away we'll go.
and we'll roll the woodpile down. Rolling, 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 rolling the whole world round. That fine girl of mine's on the Georgia line, and we'll roll the woodpile down.
Oh, roust and buster is the cry.
Hey! Way down in Florida,
A sailor's wage is never high.
and we'll roll the woodpile down. Rolling, 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 rolling the whole world round. That fine girl of mine's on the Georgia line, and we'll roll the woodpile down.
Oh, one more pull and that will do.
Way down in Florida,
For we're the boys to kick her through.
and we'll roll the woodpile down. Rolling, 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 rolling the whole world round. That fine girl of mine's on the Georgia line, and we'll roll the woodpile down.
Oh, the finest ship that you will find is
Ho-way, ho, are you most done?
She's the Margaret Evans of the Blue Star Line.
Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
To me,
Hey, rig a jig and a jaunting car. Ho-way, ho, are you most done? With Liza Lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
Oh, we're outward bound for the West Street Pier.
Ho-way, ho, are you most done?
With Galway Shale and Liverpool beer.
Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
To me,
Hey, rig a jig and a jaunting car. Ho-way, ho, are you most done? With Liza Lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
And when we're out in New York town,
Ho-way, ho, are you most done?
we'll dance those Bowery girls around.
Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
To me,
Hey, rig a jig and a jaunting car. Ho-way, ho, are you most done? With Liza Lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
Oh, the Margaret Evans of the Blue Star Line.
Ho-way, ho, are you most done?
She's never a day behind her time.
Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
To me,
Hey, rig a jig and a jaunting car. Ho-way, ho, are you most done? With Liza Lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
And when we're back in Liverpool town,
Ho-way, ho, are you most done?
I'll stand just whiskies all around.
Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
To me,
Hey, rig a jig and a jaunting car. Ho-way, ho, are you most done? With Liza Lee all on my knee. Clear away the track and let the bullshine run.
Set feet row, 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 set feet row.
John Paul Jones is a pirate, no loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate, and sink him along with the rest.
Ho! Set feet row, set feet row, set feet row, set feet row.
Born the son of a Scot, he was born the son of a Scot. But cut a man down in his prime, he did, so away to Virginia he got.
Oh, John Paul Jones is a pirate, no loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate, and sink him along with the rest. Ho! Set feet row, set feet row, set feet row, set feet row.
Raise the flag of the Yanks, he did, raise the flag of the Yanks. They hailed him as a hero, they did, and hoisted hoisted him up through the ranks. Oh,
Jumbo Jones is a pirate, no loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate, and sink him along with the rest. Ho! Set feet row, set feet row, set feet row, set feet row.
Sailed at the head of the French, he did. Sailed at the head of the French. But they swindled him out of his cash. They did, so away from them all he did wrench.
Oh, Jumbo Jones is a pirate, no loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate, and sink him along with the rest. Ho! Set feet row, 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 set feet row.
Now he's kicking up storms in the Black Sea, he is kicking up storms in the Black Sea. Fighting the Turks for the Russian queen, cause she pays him much more than the Yankee.
Oh, Jumbo Jones is a pirate, no loyalty does he possess. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate, and sink him along with the rest. Oh, Jumbo Jones is a pirate, he may be just a chancer at best. Keep it up, we'll catch the pirate, and sink him along with the rest. Oh!
Oh, the night that Paddy Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. Some of the boys got loaded drunk and they ain't got sober yet. As long as a bottle was passed around, everyone was feeling gay. O'Leary came with the bagpipes, some music for to play. That's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died.
Mrs. Murphy sat in the corner pouring out her grief when Kenny and his gang came a-tearing down the street. They went into an empty room and a bottle of whiskey stole and put that bottle with the corpse to keep that whiskey cold.
That's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died.
Everyone started drinking, they didn't worry for a prayer. Mrs. Murphy said she'd wait till everyone was there. If ever a sight I e'er did see that made me shiver with fear, they took the ice right off the corpse and placed it with the beer.
That's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died.
A fight broke out, 'twas fierce and strong, and everyone was in. Someone knocked the whiskers right off poor old Darby Flynn. And Dirty Andy Burke was there, now what do you think he'd done? He put the corpse right on its head in the corner just for fun.
That's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy.
Battled with the cops. She chased him, every one of them. She chased him several blocks. A lovely time was had by all 18 in court were tried. For having caused a riot on the night Pat Murphy died.
That's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Well, someone asked old Finnegan if anyone had died. Well, says he, I'm not quite sure, I just came for the ride. They headed for the graveyard, all holy and sublime. And found out when they got there, they left the corpse behind. That's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Yes, that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. They said it was a sin and shame and they winked at one another. And every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died. Yes, every drink in the place was full the night Pat Murphy died.
I was born on the Dublin street where the Lyle runs the beat, and the loving English feet walked all over us. And every single night when we down would come home tight, he'd invite the neighbours out with this chorus.
Come out, ship-legged hands, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. How the RA made you run like Galloway from the green and lovely lanes of Killishanco.
Come tell us how you Like the Zulus, they had spears, a bow and arrows. Oh, brave you faced one, with your 16-pounder gun, and you frightened them damn natives to tomorrow.
Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killishanbrough.
Come, let us hear you tell how you slandered great Parnell, when you taught them well and truly persecuted. What are the sneers and jeers that you loudly let us hear when our leaders of 16 were executed?
Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killishanbrough. Come out, you black and tans, come out and fight me like a man. Show your wife how you won medals down in Flanders. How the IRA made you run like hell away from the green and lovely lanes of Killishanbrough.
I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
Lass came in for a drink one day. Asked her what kind she preferred. Liquor, she said. So liquor I did.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
A pirate came in for some treasure one day. I asked him what kind he preferred. Booty, he said. So booty he got.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
A man came in for some paint one day. I asked him what kind he preferred. Blue, he said. So blue am I did.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
A lass came in for some poultry one day. I asked her what kind she'd prefer. A duck, she said. I misheard.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
Lass came in for some whiskey one day. I asked her how much she preferred. A finger, she said. My whole hand she got.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
A man came in for some pie one day. I asked him what kind he preferred. Cherry, he said. Well, that was long gone.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
A lass came in for some tools one day. I asked her what kind she preferred. A hammer, she said. So nail her I did.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum.
a drink one day.
Ba-dum,
I
ba-dum.
asked him what kind he'd prefer.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Lipton, he said, a tea bag he got.
And now I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Lass came in for some fish one day.
Ba-dum,
I
ba-dum.
asked her what kind she preferred.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Grouper, she said. So grouper we did.
And now we don't work there anymore. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. I used to work in London town in a merchant store. I thought I did a pretty good job, but I don't work there anymore. No, I don't work there anymore. No, I don't work there anymore.
Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. The captain's daughter, I suppose, could be called an English rose. What would you think when I proposed? The pox to me she gave a dose. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. This rose, well, did she prick me sore? I never felt so bad before. Thanks to the girl I did adore, I thought I'd never pump no more. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. I called the doctor right away to find out what he had to say. That's £2.10, get on your way. I'm sure the girl is in his pay. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. They say life has its ups and downs. That really now is quite profound. I'd like to push the capstan round, but it's pump me, boys, before we drown. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. The ocean we do all adore, so come on, lads, let's pump some more. Don't worry if you're stiff and sore, but I'm sure we've pumped this bit before. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. Oh, sometimes when I'm in me bed and thinking of me day ahead, I wish that I could wake up dead, but pumping's all I get instead. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. Yes, how I wish that I could die. The swine who built this tub to find, I'd bring him back from where he froze to pump until the beggar's dry. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. If Noah used him for his ark, oh, wouldn't that have been a lark? From rising sun to getting dark, the animals are hard at work. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. There's so much water down below, just how it got there I don't know. The old man says let's roll and go, but I'm sure we're bound for Davy Jones. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home. Pump me, boys, pump a dry down to hell and up to the sky. Bend your back and break your bones. We're just 1,000 miles from home.
15 men on the dead man's chest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. The mate was fixed by the boatswain's pike. The boatswain brained with a marlin spike. And Cookie's throat was marked belike. It had been gripped by fingers 10, and there they lay, all good dead men, like break a day in a boozing can. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. 15 men of the whole ship's list. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Dead and be damned and the rest gone whist. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. The skipper lay with his knob in gore, where the scullion's axe he his cheek had shore. And the scullion, he was stabbed ×4. And there they lay, and the soggy skies dripped all day long in upstaring eyes, in murk sunset and at foul sunrise. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. 15 men of 'em stiff and stark. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. 10 of the crew had the murder mark. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. 'Twas a cutlass swipe, or an ounce of lead, or a yawing hole in a battered head, and the scuppers glut with a rotting red. And there they lay, damn me eyes, all lookouts clapped on paradise, all souls bound just contrary-wise. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. 15 men on the dead man's chest. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. We wrapped them all in a mainsail tight, with twice 10 turns of the hawser's bight. Then we heaved a mower and out of sight, with a yo-heave-ho and a fare-thee-well, and a sudden plunge in the sullen swell. 10 fathoms deep on the road to hell. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum.
Come all ye young sailormen, listen to me, and I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. And it's
Windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys, when the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow. Jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she goes.
Up jumps the eel with his slippery tail. He climbs up aloft as he reefs the topsail.
And up jumps the shark with his 9 rows of teeth,
Hey!
saying, "You eat the dough, boys, and I'll eat the beef."
And it's
Windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys, when the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow. Jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she goes.
Up jumps the cod with his chucklehead. He runs out a forward and throws out the lead.
Then up jumps the herring, the king of the sea,
Hey!
saying, "All other fishes, now you follow me."
And it's
Windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys, when the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow. Jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she goes.
jumps the whale, the largest of all. If you want some wind, I'll blow you a squall.
Then up jumps the fisherman, stalwart and grim,
Hey!
and with his big net, he scoops them all in.
And it's
Windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys, when the wind blows, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow.
Jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she goes. Windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys, when the wind blows, we're all together, boys.
Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds blow. Jolly sou'wester, boys, steady she goes.
Hey!
I am my mother, savage daughter, the one who runs barefoot, cursing sharp stones. I am my mother, savage daughter. I will not cut my hair, I will not lower my voice. My mother's child is a savage. She looks for her omens in the colors of stones, in the faces of cats, in the fall of feathers, in the dancing of fire, and the curve of old bones. I am my mother, into this world through blood and through pain, and deep in our bones the old songs are waking, so sing them with voices of thunder and rain. We are our mother's savage daughters, the ones who run barefoot cursing sharp stones. We are our mother's savage daughters, we will not cut our hair, we will not lower our voice. We are our mother's savage daughters, the ones who run barefoot cursing sharp stones. We are our mother's savage daughters, we will not cut our hair, we will not lower our voice. We are our mother's savage daughters, the ones who run barefoot cursing sharp stones. We are our mother's savage daughters, we will not cut our hair, we will not lower our voice.
Well, me father often told me when I was just a lad, a sailor's life was very hard, the food was always bad. But now I joined the Navy, I'm aboard a man of war, and now I found the sailor ain't the sailor anymore. Don't haul on the rope, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. Well, the killick of our mess, he says we have it soft. It wasn't like that in his day when we were up aloft. We like our bunks and sleeping bags, so what's a hammock for? Swinging from the deckhead or lying on the floor. Don't haul on the ropes, don't climb up the mast. If you see a sailing ship, it might be your last. Just get your civvies ready for another on ashore. A sailor ain't the sailor, ain't the sailor anymore. Well, they gave us an